Hi and welcome to my Wednesday ramblings when I look at the scriptures for this coming Sunday. This weekend we move back as Sunday readings to the ordinary season of the church's year. Since February the 17th we've been through the season of Lent, then Eastertide, and then the last couple of weekends with the great feasts of Pentecost, Holy Trinity and Corpus Christi. We now return to Mark's Gospel and follow through over the next few weeks, at least the next 6 weeks. We walk through Mark's Gospel and look at some of the themes that sit within Mark. And I've called this message series New Ways of God and how God works in our world. And they were new ways for the people of the time of Jesus. There's an interesting gospel passage this weekend, which is the story of the sowing of seed and how the Mark tells us that the people who grow the seed have no idea really how it all works, and they plant it and then suddenly crops appear. Our modern agricultural science would tell us that we know a lot more about the process than just simply throwing the seed on the ground and finding an answer. But if we were to go back to the second half of the gospel passage and the story of the mustard seed, this is a challenging one for us because in one sense Jesus uses the image to say about how this small seed grows into a great bush. But there's another story that sits behind that. It's the story that says that the mustard seed was a weed. And the people who listened to the story would have had a smile on their faces as they could imagine that the farmer would sow mustard seeds. It would be an absolute catastrophe and would destroy whatever land he was using. But as a reminder to the people that the way God works is different from the way that we work. That God's plan is a different plan to our plans. And he was really challenging the people to think about how does God work in their lives and how do we prepare for what God asks of us. So there's a few thoughts in there for us to reflect on and to think about. So please join me this weekend either on my podcast or on our streamlined mass so that you can find out more about what it means to have God's plan working in us and the new ways that he invites us to live.